Radical.
So it begins. The gobbling up of third parties. I think by the time we're done with this, are there going to be any third parties left? You know, Microsoft actually did kind of start this, didn't they? They got Bethesda, then they got Activision Blizzard. So while there's still some third parties out there on the table, I mean, heck, Sony would be kind of, they would be stupid not to go ahead and start gobbling up themselves, right? I mean, Microsoft's doing it, so what's that phrase? If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. So who did Sony gobble up? Well, they bought Bungie for $3.6 billion. Now, here's the main thing you need to know about this. If you're playing Destiny 2 right now on an Xbox, no worries. That's not going to be taken off and everything made exclusive to Sony. So they say. So we have to hold them to their word on that. Destiny will remain multi-platform. But let's say, new games come out, like a new Destiny. I don't know. I mean, I don't see them buying them for just no reason. $3.6 billion is quite a bit of money. So if they're buying Bungie, I guess Sony wants them to, make some games for them. But I think it's more of like a reaction to what Microsoft is doing. And here's one really interesting thought. I know a lot of fans of Halo, they really don't like 343, and they believe in Bungie. Because, of course, Halo is Bungie. And when Bungie separated, it was a tough pill to swallow for a lot of Halo fans, some classic Halo fans. What if Sony, one of the reasons they did this is just kind of like, jab Microsoft in the eye and say, okay, we see you. We're actually going to buy Bungie, so there's no chance whatsoever, even if you wanted Bungie to come back and, make your Halo games. I mean, it's just one thought. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. Just seemed like an interesting thing to note. Now, here's the statement, actually. Parsons said in this deal, "We have found a partner who unconditionally supports us in all we are and who wants to accelerate our vision to create generation-spanning entertainment, all while preserving the creative independence that beats in Bungie's heart. Like us, Sony believes that game worlds are only the beginning of what our IPs can become. Together, we share a dream of creating and fostering iconic franchises that unite friends around the world, families across generations, and fans across multiple platforms and entertainment mediums." So that's all corporate talk, but I think essentially what's happening here is, like I said, Microsoft and Sony, they're drawing the battle lines. They're trying to gobble up all these third parties, and they got the money to do so. It's curious to see what'll happen with maybe Capcom, because Street Fighter was exclusive to the PlayStation. You can't get like the newest Street Fighter on Xbox, and that was a historically multi-platform game. So I think this whole thing is going to start redefining what people consider to be multi-platform, and the only thing we can hope for is that these third-party games remain, essentially to where you can get them on both platforms. Otherwise, you might have to pony up the money to get a PlayStation and an Xbox to pretty much, play all the games you've been accustomed to playing for several years.